Right, hello team, it's Rich here from Serious Cricket, and as you can see we have a special guest with us, a fellow off-spinner I'm delighted to introduce. And I'm going to let you do all your business. Go on, tell us who you are, what you do, where you come from, all this business.
Well, thanks, Hindley. Internet celebrity here. I've been watching your YouTube videos for ages on the Serious Cricket
He's not been watching, he just
channel.
deletes.
I do, believe me. Watching your guile and your experience bowling finger spin.
Very kind.
And given we're in partnership with Serious Cricket this month with the Final Word, with our 10% discount, Final Word 24 I think it is, you'll find it in the show notes, that'll be okay.
Please do.
That's for a 10% discount. I thought, well, I'm going to take advantage of this. I'm bowling off spin at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm a reformed seamer. I used to run in and try and bowl as fast as possible, and I ruined my shoulder some years ago now. Okay. And I wanted to have a second life in cricket. Accidentally stumbled upon finger spin about 3 summers ago. Okay. Now I can't get enough of it. So now I have the enthusiasm of a 16-year-old boy wanting to bowl every day, but perhaps not quite the polish as someone who might have done it for, well, a couple of years in your case. Maybe 2 or 3 years you've been bowling off spin for as well.
Just a
30 or 40 years, but whatever it is, I thought I'd sample and tap into your wisdom, learn a thing or two, and hopefully by the end of it be a better bowler.
Okay, well, let's get on with it. Yeah, wonderful. Arms come through, brilliant, lovely.
There's something in this, Hinders.
No, exactly.
This is why you're the best, mate.
No, not at all. So you mentioned that being a quick bowler transitioned into becoming a spinner because of an injury.
Yep.
Warm-ups are pretty crucial, full stop anyway. For you, it's going to become more so. What sort of stuff do you do to help your shoulder get loose for the act of bowling?
I feel like it's too basic. I feel like it's too rudimentary. Like it's a lot of windmills, it's a lot of cross on my arm over the top. You know, a few of these ones, maybe if I can get some resistance and pulling against a pole or a net. But yeah, it's a circus in there. So the more I can do, the better, and more that I can gear it towards sort of bowling up and over the top, the better as well.
Okay. So a couple of little thoughts. First of all, let's go the obvious. So here, a couple of heavy balls, and what I would suggest is what we're looking at just is warming up the fingers. Yep. So here it's hand to hand. If I give you that one, and you'll find straight away that it is harder work. Yep. You can feel it through most of the forearm.
Yeah, you really can.
And what I would do is both click your leg spinners, and also because you really want to get the whole of the wrist mobile and ready to go. Once you've started to do a little bit of that, you're then going to go a little further up the arm. Yep. Yes, you can do lots of stuff, and in my bag of tricks, you've got bands and all sorts. And I get these out, and I tend to use these as a bit of a loosener for throwing, and also definitely for bowling. And the other ones I tend to do, I try and get myself into a bowling position, and then get an up and over, because it's the feeling of that whole motion.
Which is difficult to replicate when you're not using resistance, right? I mean, you can do as many run-throughs as you want, but you're not actually doing it with all the adrenaline coursing through you and with a ball in your hand.
Definitely. And then, of course, once we've had a few goes at that, we're then going to go. I mean, a lot of quicker bowlers do have warm-ups where they really extend their arms and whole their whole action. One of the things I like to do is use a tennis ball, purely because I just like to bowl the ball and bowl it into the floor. I don't care where the ball goes. That's not the important bit. The important bit is me doing something with my shoulders and getting him active. Also, tennis balls are light, very little resistance. So it's perfect for overemphasising shoulder action and shoulder rotation. Oh yeah, and I'd bang it in halfway down the wicket, catch it there, brilliant. And then we can start to look at, okay, let's let a few go over a shorter distance, and we catch them and throw them back.
I've noted that with Nathan Lyon, watching him warm up for every test playing day, that he starts his process. Well, obviously he does his resistance band training before, but once he actually gets to the middle or the strip alongside the test playing pitch, he'll do about 10 minutes of these ones where he's just kind of throwing over the top, not actually bowling the ball, from no more than 10 to 12 metres. Then he does the same thing from about 18 yards. Then he'll bowl over the top from about 15, 16 yards for a few minutes. It takes him ages to actually bowl off the full 22, and even that's off one pace for 20 balls. And I know he's in his mid-30s and he's bowled over 20,000, 30,000, I think it is, balls in Test cricket, but even now he still goes through that exhaustive process.
What's nice is that he's gone through that slowly, So he's gone through the feeling of release, which is what the throwing's all about, and how that ball then, because he creates a lot of overspin to then create more side spin. So he's a good mixture, whereas Ashwin's more tends to go round the side of it and has different variations, which is really cool. And that's, to be fair, there's 2 points of difference for two world-class off-spinners. I like, and of course it's just coming further and further back. And I'm not surprised that he just holds that position, because he looks like he could almost bowl from one pace. Because he's got a fantastic, consistent release or jump and then release position that he's obviously worked on a lot. I like his run up too, but yeah, I think that's a really good way to do it, and that's probably one of the reasons why he's been successful and consistent, because he's focused on what he's been good at.
And on his approach, I mean, we'll come to this a bit later, I suppose, but it's a little bit longer. Like Lyon has that kind of classical 7 to 9 pace run up, whereas someone like Ravindra Jadeja or Stephen O'Keefe, two left arm spinners, we're talking sort of 2 steps and into the action.
Exactly.
And that's a considerable difference for what is fundamentally the same craft.
It is.
Do you have a preference for one or the other?
Do you know, I don't, because I think you want to do something different, and I think the next bowler would want to do something different. I guess there are always non-negotiables. So there are bits that you look at and you go, I think we need to see that. If whatever you have, you need rhythm. Whether it's a slow rhythm or whether it's a quicker rhythm. Because I think rhythm is repeatable, and anything that's repeatable becomes consistent and can give you a good outcome. Up here at the crease, I think alignment is non-negotiable, and it has to be consistent as well. After that, you're looking at release and spin action, and obviously with variations, they're going to change a little.
So the fundamentals, though, of getting aligned and being consistent, that is a function of your approach to the crease.
Yes, I would say so. I don't mind angles. I probably would say, if I was going to hang my hat on something, follow through has to come straighter down the wicket, but I don't think many people would disagree with that.
Okay.
But yes, it's difficult to have too many things that you hang your hat on, because if you do, then it's difficult to work with a player, one player, and then all you're trying to do is repeat the same recipe. Bread's a wonderful thing, but it's not, it's not the same in lots of different countries. So I think it's very similar with spin bowling and bowling per se, but there are some fundamentals in there. So you're going to go longer, and all you're going to do is just go up to release. And stop there. And then just release it back. Wonderful. And as just over time, you just
try and
slightly push. And then as you just push a little bit forwards, there, not too much, because you don't want to go too far. Beautiful. You are a quick bowler, aren't you?
Unfortunately, you're going to see some really bad habits in a
second.
Not
at all.
I should be trying to be more pretty in my actions.
Don't say that. Please don't say that. It's absolutely fine. Good. Extend up tall and just bring it right across. There you go.
Try and get up high.
Don't you dare don't overthink, go with natural. And then what we'll do is we'll nudge things into place if we need to. Super. Go one more. Good. I keep smiling because you're a fast bowler. And I'm watching the quick bowler all the time.
Fast in theory only at age 39.
No, definitely not. So just bouncing it into the ground halfway. So we'll bowl.
Seam up.
Beautiful. So what I'm going to do now is just leave you here, and I'm going to go halfway down the wicket and catch the ball.
So I'm throwing, right?
No, you're going to bowl.
I'm going to bowl, okay.
Because we don't need to look at the spin action yet until...
So bowl seam up or bowl?
No, bowl your spinner, and I'm just going to catch it here. Can you relax your arms a little bit more so that it's not coming out quite as fast? And it's more of a fluid motion.
Like that?
Just like that. So like Nathan Lyon, just do this for about 10-15 balls. Cool. Do you have a natural, normal run-up?
Yeah, I've just changed it. So I'm in the middle of going back from being 7 paces and quite quick into the crease.
Yes.
And I realised, so this is part of the reason I wanted to talk with you, because I've seen one of your videos where you talk about getting up and over the top of the ball.
Yes.
I've watched a lot of vision back of when I've been doing pre-season nets, and I wasn't getting over the ball. I was coming too side on.
Yeah.
And I was too quick through, and I looked like a fast bowler following through.
Yes.
As opposed to kind of landing and being ready to take a return catch, I was down and through, and it didn't feel like I was getting. I'd fallen into some bad habits.
Okay.
So I've now gone back to, I think I've got 3 paces on the way in now at the moment. I'm just hearing at the moment, and I've slowed it right down.
Okay.
So that's what I've been doing the last couple of years, and it's getting increasingly quick, and I know that's ideal.
Fine.
Yeah.
Shall we go with 3 from your
Let's do the one up, my new run up.
Yeah, your new one. Cool. Okay.
So I felt that the best way to slow myself down was just to cut the run up in half.
Yes.
That was the logic.
Fine.
Yep.
I like that. It's a good thought.
Basic, but you know.
Well, it works, and that's the idea of it, isn't it? So it is trial and error. Having looked at both of those from your end, 7 paces, 3 paces, what do you notice?
Well, I mean, we're obviously early into the net, so it's not quite coming out as I'd like as yet, but I feel like overall I have more control, and I feel like I'm able to throw the ball up a little bit. I didn't do it then, but I can throw the ball up a little bit off 3 paces when off the longer run the momentum carries me through, and it's all a bit too late. If I want to throw it up, it's all a bit trying to adjust in the action, and it's inconsistent, doesn't have that rhythm that you were talking about before. It's a bit hit and miss.
Yeah.
Whereas if I'm a few paces, I can hold the ball back a little bit.
Okay.
I can try and get higher up, which is a bit of a problem in my shoulder, but I've got to work on getting over rather than coming too sidearm. I can concentrate a bit more on those basic bits rather than falling into bad habits.
Okay. I might disagree with you about rhythm on your longer run.
Okay.
Because I think as a bowler you naturally have rhythm.
Yep.
And I think you had rhythm from your longer run. You're now looking for something from the 3 steps, and it looks like you don't quite know what you're looking for. You're bowling it, but I'm searching. It's easier to run from 7 because that's what you were used to doing, which is to run up a bit quicker and then let go with a strong arm action. So now we have a very interesting. We come to a very interesting point, which is...
Sounds like it.
Well, it is. It's where do we go from here, and what do we talk about? So you've got a lot of good things going on. You've got a strong grip, and we know that because from 7 paces you bowl good, strong, almost like an off-cutter. From 3 steps we saw flight and we saw shape on the ball. We also saw shape on the ball from your base position, and that's it. And whilst rambling there but trying to find some sense in all of this, I've come up with a little thought. The thought is, wouldn't it be nice to see you bowl a couple from just at the base, to see what properties you keep on the ball, and also how it feels, because I gave you a thought of just relaxing the arms.
Yep.
Where I would, my other thought for you would be, if we're going to have something that's very focused, focus with your eyes. Watch batter, watch lengths that you want to bowl. That's where I want you to be zoned in and super focused. With the arms, just let them relax. A bit like the golf swing. If your arms are relaxed or you focused in on your target, bang, you'll hit your target. Your mind knows how to get the body to do it, just doesn't want you to get in the way. So we're going to just come back here and have a little focus on just one little thing that I think was very obvious from 7 steps. Didn't not quite know what was going to happen when we came here from no steps.
Okay.
So what's happening is, what I'm going to ask you to do, is I just want you to stay on that foot a little longer. So I just pivot round. And all I want you to do is just to do that as a little practice, no ball. Now you see how quick you were to, I'm going to ask you to do that motion because you were used to doing it, then I want you to stop. Then I just want you to slowly come around it. Stop. Now slowly come around. Yeah, because that's wonderful, because that feels quite forced and exaggerated.
Yep.
Good. Rather than coming all the way around and go that way, I want you to go forwards. So land and then just go forwards. Perfect. You weren't long enough.
I didn't wait long enough?
No. The reason why we've got to wait longer is these arms have got to do things.
Yep.
They need time to do it. Whereas with a quick ball, you don't need it. You just want bang, down, strong, get out.
Get out of there. Yeah, whereas you're trying to go here, almost like pivot.
Yes.
And then through the crease like that.
Yes. So at this point, just be longer. This is a wonderful one. I annoy my wife intently. Well, I do for many other reasons, but on this particular occasion, in the bathroom or in the kitchen, just doing that so that I get used to making sure I feel balanced as I go through. Yes, that was better, but you can be slower. So it's almost like you say 1, 2, 3.
Like a dance step.
Yes.
Here we go. Okay.
I'm no good at Strictly as well. That was quite forced, and you came up and round.
Should I be coming up and around with the back leg?
Do you know what?
Todd Murphy does that. Todd Murphy, who kicks the back leg out and really forces it round like that. Would you?
See, the one thing I like about him...
I feel like he's got to kick the stumps down when he's...
Oh, yeah, you do, don't you?
Yeah.
One thing I really like about that is energy up and over.
Right.
But what's the key first bit?
Getting the...
That bit.
Getting the
it's
bit
not
pivoted.
This bit. Get the pivot bit, then you can do what you like with the leg. Then you can see if that makes the difference. For him, sensational there.
Yep.
And then, of course, he adds that in and...
Sort of the hurdler thing.
Yes. All the other really good stuff. Whereas Ashwin doesn't really, just sort of wanders up.
We're watching Shah Bashir this week. Similarly, he doesn't even use his front leg really at all. It's all
upper body,
touch and shoulder. And,
yeah. And that's one of the beauties of it, isn't it? It's like the Afghanistani spinners that are both so different, Mujib and Rashid, and even the Bangladeshi spinners that were low arm, left armers.
Yep.
You think, well, how do they take wickets? Well, it's because it's really different, and they're very good, and they get the ball to do stuff. But pivot. So I'm going to spend a bit of time here.
Okay.
You're going to need to come with me. Come on, come and stand here. I need you there, Adam. Good. And I'm just going to get you to put your front foot forwards. Lovely. You do love a big stride.
For better or for worse?
Well, who cares? We'll leave it where it is.
Is it too long a stride? Someone's put that to me as well, that I really do accentuate my stride. Maybe I should be a bit more dainty, and maybe I should get here a bit more delicately before pushing through. Your thoughts on that?
Oh, you are a shocker for that, aren't you? I think what you do is natural.
Okay.
So we stop there.
Okay. So we stay with the biggest stride.
Yes.
And we get to here regardless of how we get there.
Yes.
Okay.
We make changes based on how confident we feel that something positive can come out of it. Mm-hmm. At the moment, that's natural.
Yep.
I'm going to say let's leave it.
Sure.
We might come back to it. It's one of those, I've noted it, I might revisit.
Okay.
Is it, if you were picking the perfect spin bowler and you picked a recipe that was consistent, generally speaking, you're probably not looking big stride, you're looking medium. Mm-hmm. But not everybody's doing that. So if I get you to come up here. Good, lovely. Okay, please hold, good, and lift. And then can I get you to bring your right foot up? Good, and from there I just want you to, marvellous, there we go. That's what we're looking for. From there, so I'm going to go put your right foot down again, so we go back to that position, now up. And then this time, that's all right, we'll go a little bit lower, that's fine. Okay, so up with the right foot and then twist me. Good, so you direct me.
I see, right, okay, so let's try it again from here.
That's all right, from there, up to normal, and then you twist me. So you can keep quite a sort of tense upper body, because we're doing a little twist. That
should be better than that from my yoga practice, but not quite.
That's fine, we'll go again. So this is the feeling. So in that position, so up, up with the right foot, and then twist me. Beautiful. And at that point, you let go of this. This right hand comes to your left pocket, left hand comes up, stay lovely and tall, and then you just let your natural position fall forwards. What you notice there is your weight goes onto the outside of your foot, outer borders. As much as possible, let's see if we can stay over the ball of the foot. Yes. One for your warrior pose.
Yeah. Warrior 3. Here we go.
Oh, stop it. I'm struggling with Warrior 1. There you go. Okay. So you're just finding yourself wandering.
So I'm finding myself over here rather than necessarily back here waiting for the return catch. That's probably the one thing in there.
So we definitely want a little bit more of that.
Yeah. And is that a bit of back hip stuff going on there, or lack of using my back hip, which means that I'm dragging myself this way rather than if I'm pushing through more forcefully with the back hip, I'm more likely to bias to the right a bit more?
Yes, because it all happens quicker.
Yep.
So that's the quicker bowler.
Yep. Because you often hear professionals talk about the back hip being like the epicenter of an off spinner.
Yes.
So I'm not sure what my back hip's doing, probably not an awful lot, but to have it thrusting through more after getting the front leg up, I wonder whether that'd correct where I land.
You know when I said if we get the pivot,
yep,
you then have a firm base and a good point of direction.
Yep.
If you don't have that, it almost doesn't matter how strong and active your right hip, right leg is.
Okay, so this is more important. Getting here in a competent rhythmical way is better, or more important rather than whatever happens here.
Yes. Okay. The next bit, then it becomes important.
Okay.
Once you've got that and you've got your alignment, so I mean that's every kid has been pretty much taught to start in this base position.
Look through the window, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Eating the apple, all of those sort of famous clues that we've been taught. So that's no different for you here, that it would be a walk up of 3 paces to find that position, spin, and then put your foot down. Yes, nice. So I just did a little something there that we can just practice, which is walk up. We're going to let the ball go, but your arms have got to get, your right hand's got to get to your left pocket before your right foot hits the floor. I'll walk you through it. So right hand, left pocket, before right foot hits floor. Yes, now that means you've got to stay on that left leg longer.
Yep.
Now, I'll go halfway and catch so that you focus on what you're doing.
Yep.
When you tell me you're ready,
we'll go back.
I'll go all the way back.
Okay. Maybe not quite through yet.
Perfect. Good man. Oh, now that was different and awkward and was lovely. Well done.
Was that held on longer? Did I hold on longer?
Yes, it was. But I want you to feel that that was slightly uncomfortable.
Well, it was. It wasn't natural to.
Good. Yeah, that's fine.
That's overdoing it.
That's all right. You carry on. You've got to overdo to underdo and find the sweet spot. Go on, give us a thought. Do you think you got your right hand?
Maybe not quite there in time. Maybe I let it go before.
No worries.
Yep.
That felt more normal.
That felt closer to.
You thought you were happy with that?
I don't know. It felt like I got there as I came off, possibly. What
my end, it looked fine. I think I'm going to keep you going.
Yep. There's something in this, Hinders.
No, exactly.
This is why you're the best, mate.
No, not at all. It's all about the bowler. I tell you what would be really interesting is to slow each of those deliveries down because you do something slightly different every time. And that's so nice to watch because you're making a natural change.
Yeah.
So the last place that we're looking for is finish, land. And you can see that there's a relaxation. See how tense you are to that point, that sort of in front of right shoulder point. Let the hands and arms around. Relax there. That felt different. Yeah, because your arms were more relaxed.
And also interesting, I felt my arm brush my ear, which isn't something I've felt for about 15 years.
Nice.
Because it's aforementioned shoulder issues. I managed to get over the top a bit more.
Okay, let's find relaxed arms, find that spot.
Yep.
I'm going to go halfway. Little bit slow and deliberate through once past release. Just relax it. Let it flow into that position. As soon as you find that flow and feel that flow.
Yep. Well, that's rhythm, isn't it?
That's what we're after, yes.
Feels like I'm trying to process too many bits of information concurrently, and thus one thing each time doesn't quite sync up. So I've got to try and simplify the process maybe.
Just relax the arm through and then let the right foot come down. Oh, that's lovely.
That felt good.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I think to relax the arms is probably the thing that's correlative. Relaxing my arms suppose in my limbs.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking as much about the other bit. Because the whole name of the game here is I've got to bowl more slowly, right?
Sorry, you've got to.
It feels like the whole name of the game for me to take the next step is I've got to bowl more slowly and more consistently, right? You know, if I try and bowl medium pace, what you described as off-cutters before,
yes,
that's got some effectiveness to it. If it's stump to stump, you know, like watching a slow medium pacer in a one-day international or whatever it is. But actually bowling off spin, there's a difference to that. There's a craft to getting the ball up and down.
Yeah,
and this should help with that.
It will, and it's about giving you more skill.
Yep.
And then you could apply that when you had a game or in matches.
Yep.
There's nothing wrong with being that bowler that comes up and bowls good off-cutters in a good area.
Yeah.
It's, well, okay, if plan A doesn't work.
That could be plan B.
Yes.
Yeah. Or even mid-over, you know, get through it a bit quicker and dart it in and have this the change up.
So Sakleh Mushtaq bowled at Michael Slater, I think, and there was a visual on the speeds to the different batters. I think Hayden was batting at the time, and Hayden was 51 miles an hour or 50 miles an hour. Slater, because of his quick feet, 52, 53, but everything else was exactly the same.
Yeah.
But he knew in order to be competitive against that batter, I've got to bowl it a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
What we're going to do here is give you the chance to be able to bowl a good ball at 45.
Yeah, sure.
And a good ball at 53.
Yeah. Yeah, watching the championship this week, watching Dan Lawrence bowlers getting more responsibility with Surrey. I don't think it's coincidental that his pace was closer to right on 50 or even 49, 48 at times. Whereas if you're a part-timer and your job's to just get in and get out, you might be more inclined to bowl 55 darts and just get it in, attack the leg stump a bit more.
Yeah.
Whereas when you're considered an off-spinner, as opposed to a part-timer, that changes the mindset. And, you can trust yourself to bowl with more skill.
Yes, exactly. It's been backed and somebody said, it's okay, you're going to bowl.
Yeah.
And that natural relaxation creates different clues.
Yeah.
One of the clues might be speed of bowling. Right, I'm going to go further back.
Yep.
Just from the let go.
Just from the let go?
Yeah. Just relax the arms again.
Relax the arms.
That was a good clue. Oh, that's lovely. Now, what did you notice at your end?
Held on longer.
Good. And what did you notice about ball flight?
Yeah, well, it was at the eye line or maybe just above.
And it dropped?
And it dropped, yeah.
And then it spun?
Yeah. Yeah, that felt good.
Yes.
Yep.
Now all we're going to do is just get further round so it completes, and then you just find your line, because that's what you just bowled.
Yep.
Look where your right hand is.
Sorry?
Look, just have a quick look where your right hand is there, Adam.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Quite right, yeah. Got to get through. Complete loose limbs and complete the action. Yeah. There you go. A couple of cues for myself.
There you go. So you've completed and you've got a little bit more shape, dip and flight.
Heard something yesterday about trying to complete the action.
Yes.
Something that Moeen Ali was told by Kumar Dharmasena when he was umpiring him early on about grabbing the pocket.
Yeah.
Is that something you subscribe to?
Again, it's you know, with the little clues that we've just talked about. We made up loose arms.
Yeah, sure, and it worked, yeah.
Yeah. And that's a really good one. So he would have gone, yeah, that's...
He grabbed the pocket to get through.
Yes.
don't know if I'd grab it, I'd probably drop it, but you know, the idea is...
Yeah, and it's exactly that. It's all get yourself into that good position so that you finish. Because we'd always be conscious that we wouldn't want to give too many thoughts to overcomplicate, find yourself somewhere in that zone.
Yeah.
You may end up being near a blue.
Yep.
That's fine.
I think I found when I'm bowling on my 7-pace run-up, I end up over here somewhere. Like fast bowler stuff, right? You end up like completely following on through over here, and you no chance to take a return catch out here.
I think, I don't mind the idea of return catch. I'm thinking more about direction. There you go, you found it.
That'll do.
Good work. Arms come through, brilliant, lovely. That'll look fantastic on the camera behind, just in case he's there.
Sort of felt like I lost control of the ball there.
Yes. That's okay, because you're going to push a few out every now and again. Don't worry. There you go. Okay, that's good. I know you just lost your balance a little on the way through. Oh yeah. Good. Well, when you get to look at this one back on the camera, then you're going to get quite excited, because you've created your shape, you've got the ball to go up and down, and you've finished with your arms in a better position. Right. Or more
just as a point of contrast, when I was starting and bowling just at the start, I was getting to, I was getting through the action to here, and maybe I was like drifting away here, or maybe the hand wasn't quite.
We never completed because we didn't have time.
Because I didn't give myself time on the front leg.
Yes.
So I give myself more time here with a looser action. I'm going to give myself more chance to get through the action.
Yes.
And get through here with all my arms where they need to be.
Definitely.
Which will create more chance to get drop on the ball.
Yes.
Right. It all makes sense.
And then create the spin.
And is that doing anything at the moment?
At the moment, it's a good thing, and it's doing what it needs to do. I think it's pretty happy. It's active. It's
not going to kick the stumps over. No danger of that.
No danger of that. So yeah, Tom Murphy's absolutely fine. And yes, so that's fine. That's one of those. Let's come back to that one at a later date. And I think my takeaway for you, as from my perspective as a coach, would be just alignment. Loose arms was a very good phrase that you liked. Finishing off your action and then coming through. And I would say for you as a practice, this walk and then let go.
And then kind of continuing to...
Yes, in that slow motion forwards would be perfect. But I'd come even closer. I wouldn't worry about your run up for the moment. So walk, don't let go, and just walk slowly, hold. That's lovely. Now over time, you're going to tell me, for example, in 3 or 4 weeks' time after a bit of cricket, you'll tell me, Rich, I'm noticing that stride's quite big.
Yep.
What do you think? And we might, arm round shoulder, go for a beer and go, do you know what? I think it's time to put some work in on that.
And get a bit closer so I can get a bit more over the top of the front knee.
Because
brace the front leg.
Because you can be more balanced.
Yep.
You do all the right things, it's just, is that contributing to a greater challenge of balance post-release? And
the distinction there is when you're trying to come in and bowl seam up, you're trying to give yourself as much chance to rock back and slam forward.
Exactly.
Whereas here, it's about far less about that, more about controlling the ball and getting over the top, and thus what you referred to before, the dip and the spin.
Yeah, exactly.
So you don't need to. So the more dainty, as I called it before.
You did.
Here, like that's what Ashwin does, right? His feet could only be 2 feet apart.
I know, it's quite something, isn't it?
Yeah. Like he lets the ball go from here and holds on the crease for so long.
Yes.
The other thing with the arm position, am I still way out wide, or am I coming closer in by dint of having the legs in a better spot?
I'd say possibly, and also what I'd look at is what's your outcome.
Yep.
Did you get the ball to drop, drift and spin when you got into a more balanced position? Your answer's yes.
Yeah.
That must mean spin action and grip.
Yeah.
Probably okay.
Okay. So don't get too fixated on.
Yeah.
Because it does hurt, you know.
Yes.
That's the other thing, yeah.
Yeah. But with the relaxed arms, you felt more comfortable.
It did actually, interestingly. It didn't have that same shock through the shoulder as when I'm tense.
Yes.
Which
Good.
I think, anyway, we're learning.
Yeah, perfect. That was good. So at this point, I would say I would stop.
Yep.
Because I would want you to go away.
Yep.
And have some practice goes at that.
Yep.
3, 4, 5, 6 times. You can even do this one at home, which is you're just walking up, bowling the ball, or not bowling it, just going through the action.
Yep.
Knowing loose arms, right hand to left pocket, etc.
Okay.
Cool.
Well,
you want to bowl one, don't you?
I feel like I want to bowl one.
Go on, you should do that. Go down
This
that
is the
end.
problem,
Poor old Tom's got to look out for that. What a good way to finish. That was outstanding. Hitting a line and a length, drop and drift. Adam, that's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much.
This guy is a star. I've loved watching the way he coaches young cricketers in Hampshire. And if you want to get involved with serious cricket, not only on the coaching side, but the retail side as well, the link's there. Is it Final Word 24? Tom, it is Final Word 24. Go to the website, pop that in, 10% off. And that's a multiplier effect if you've already got a discount running on the website, like on the DSC Black, isn't it? That's already got a discount on it. That's a 23% offer in April, right before the season, with about all the pros want to use at the moment. So, seriouscricket.co.uk in conjunction with the Final Word. Hinders, thank you so much. I look forward to staying in touch with you and having that beer.
Good
Once
man.
I've had a couple of overs, I'm going to Dublin tomorrow, playing a few games, so we'll see how that goes when we're over there.
Good luck, enjoy.
Could not have been more appreciative of the last hour or so.
Oh, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much. Good man.